What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi Maguire.
I'm Koiya.
I'm Capo.
Jim Jones. Listen, thank you for coming back.
Welcome back.
Your second time on the show. The first time was legendary. But no, honestly, for real, I am glad that Jim Jones is back here. A legend back in the building.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. How you
And
been?
freshly dressed too, by the way.
Yes. It's the Van Cleef that is doing it for me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Jimmy
much.
is always very stylish.
He been
though.
getting money for a long time.
That's his thing. He be dressing.
Yeah. Both of those.
all of those.
All of
things.
that.
It's a pleasure. God is good.
And listen, and you have a new summer song out right now called Two Turn.
Two turn.
We like it.
Two turn. You like
There
it?
was some debates about certain things, though.
Yeah.
Like what?
We'll get into it.
All right.
Go ahead, Gigi. What you say? I ain't giving head to no Nissan.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't something you said, but
Yeah.
that's in the chorus.
They was like, stop acting like you never gave head in a Nissan.
Nah.
At some point in your travels in life, you gave head in a Honda.
I gave
or
head in
Jetta.
the Infinity. I gave head in the Lexus.
I have been in some fucked up cars.
Infinity is a Honda. That's not like you heard like
I feel like that's the lowest
that's
I
the
went.
lowest. You sure? Now in high school, what's the lowest in high school?
I was dating drug dealers in high school, so
No, in high school,
that was the
definitely,
Infinity.
I definitely wasn't getting it like that in high
Yeah.
school. But what was your worst car you ever had when you were younger?
My stepfather used to let me hold this. I don't even know what the shit was called.
It didn't
Did
have a
you get
name.
head in it? Is the question? Is the real question?
No. I busted a couple moves in it. It didn't even have no power steering. But my first car was like the Acura.
I gave head in the Acura before.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So
That's
you can't,
equivalent to a Nissan.
and you can't get head in a car that has no power steering.
You know
Because you
what?
got to focus too much. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
it's not.
Now you
yeah,
parked,
it's not.
though. You
yeah,
parked.
yeah, well, you gotta.
Okay.
I mean, depends.
You know, they used to say it's bad luck to have sex in the car.
Why?
Really?
You never heard that?
No.
Yeah, they used to tell us that. Maybe I don't know if it was just
Maybe they told
They
you that
just
so
say
that
what
you
you
didn't
say.
do it.
Don't
Yeah,
have
so you
sex
don't
in
do
the
it.
car.
But they used to say it was bad luck. Nobody never heard that?
No.
No, y'all talking about, I got to Google this because
Please
I
do.
swear that was a thing.
No.
They told you that so you wouldn't have sex
Yeah,
in the car.
because like back in the day, there used to be like park up spots where people would pull
They
over
encourage
at.
you to get a
and-
car because
like,
you could
lovers lane.
Okay, see, sex in the car is bad luck. Is it true that having sex in your car is a sign of bad luck? Does sex cause bad? Okay.
I've like where I'm from. That no
That's not a thing, Angela.
car was bought for sex. Where I'm from, like yo, it's like a hotel
I'm telling
on
you
wheels.
right now, when you look, do cars malfunction after having sex in them?
No.
What?
I never heard of that. That is crazy.
Well, I'm just warning everybody listening right now.
That is crazy.
I just
Don't have sex in your Nissan because the brake line going to fail.
Stop acting like that. Nissan. The Nissan is the go-to vehicle out here.
I ain't gonna lie, I wanted a Nissan Pathfinder so bad when I was younger. That was like the car that I wanted to get, but I wanted some like crazy cars. First, I wanted an Isuzu Amigo so bad.
A Suzu Amigo.
I was
What is a
young.
Amigo?
We wanted a side. I wanted a sidekick when I
sidekick.
was young, but that was sidekick was like a range when I wanted it. Like, you know what I mean? Times change.
Remember, everybody had a Mazda MPV at one point, like that.
Wow, the
my
van.
My man Omar got that
With
when
the
he graduated
TVs in
from
it.
high school, like in 93, 94. We were so jealous. He had a navy blue joint.
They used to put the TVs
Oh
in them.
man,
They used to be
Pimp
lit,
them out.
and then you just think people gonna pop out on you in them, like.
The
Nah, that
MPV.
was-
Wow. That's a
when
throwback,
That's
Angela.
when the mixtapes, people used to have a briefcase full of real mixtapes, the joints you put in the
the little
cassette tapes, the
slots.
Ron G. Yeah, that was.
Yo, you've been through a lot of eras if
Yeah,
you
I
think
have.
about it. Because you know what? Things progress and change like so fast. If you think about when you first started and the way music is distributed now, it is like something you could never have envisioned.
Nah, I wouldn't think music can move this fast and have so easy access to it and so easy access to put music out. We couldn't have seen that back when we was grinding, going to different states. It wasn't on Instagram. You had to go to all these states to try to meet all these people to try to network
DJs and
and
clubs
get
and
your
radio
music
people.
played and
You had to be at the
Wow.
Mix Show Power Summit.
promos, all of those summits. I didn't did every summit you
Impact,
could think
Jack the
about in my
Rapper.
time. Jack the Rapper, Impact. I done been out the country for conventions, but the conventions those are some of the prime
Lit.
moments inside of my career as far as being a artist. Like I can't lie, those conventions were fun as shit. Those were like college moments for us. We didn't get to go to college,
That's
so
dope.
Right.
being at a convention, 5,000-6,000 people all in one big hotel. Sometimes it was in Puerto Rico, sometimes it's DR,
Dominican
then it's
Republic, yep.
in Florida, Miami. Then
That's
like it was
lit.
all it was lit. Those were definitely when they were doing those. It was definitely a thing.
They should bring some of that back because I feel like people don't do stuff in person like that anymore.
Yeah.
But the times has changed. I don't think you
Yeah.
get the same feeling like the people that were who were the influential leaders at the time was really bringing a moment to the playing field. Like when you went to them places, you had them big dogs that was coming
there.
out and putting on them parties, and you couldn't wait to get to a Def Jam party or couldn't wait to get to a Rockefeller party. You
Right,
couldn't
remember
wait, you know
those
what I mean?
days?
It's-
Remember the Magic Convention in Vegas?
The Magic Convention.
People would never know what
In the
that was like because y'all
early
had a
Magic,
clothing
yes,
line
That
too.
was crazy. Magic was one of those events too. It
times.
was just a good time.
For people listening, that was like a clothing, like a streetwear
Yeah.
convention. But remember, all the rappers used to have
Have
clothing
clothing
lines.
lines.
And y'all had your clothing line too. So
Y'all hip
that's
hop
where
thugged it out.
everybody, and you used to see everybody. I remember I went to a party and Michael Jordan was at the party. And I was like, damn, I can't believe Michael Jordan is in this party. I think
Yeah.
it might have been like FUBU or something at Magic.
But even with that, the social media, internet, and all the access has watered that down because now people just go on their
Everything's
phone
different.
and make their orders. When it was really popping, you didn't have no access to that, so everybody had to really go to Vegas,
to
and
be
then it
there.
was a fucking big party. Like the clothes was not what people were really think about. They was like, where we
They was
going
trying to hang
tonight?
out. Who having
Yeah.
the party? Where the party at?
Exactly. It
It's
was-
so different now.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, I will say though, like, you think you miss those days?
I miss them in the sense of that it was a hell of a good time, but I'm still having a good time out here. So
Because I look at Versus, and Versus kind of brings back that nostalgic type
energy.
of feeling where
That was-
everybody was there.
that was a great feeling. I definitely, if you were from a younger generation and you didn't get to experience how things were moving in our era, that was as close as you're gonna get to it. Was that night, and that was an incredible night. Shouts to the Lock. Shouts to my diplomat brothers, Cam, Jewels, and Freaky.
That was fucking funny as shit. But I do want to say I knew that the Locks was gonna be more organized. I knew that. I said that from the because they. I don't know. I just couldn't see y'all doing all the necessary rehearsals.
Yeah, we definitely.
Just pulled up.
Definitely.
Like we
let's
just
do
happy
this.
we back chilling
We just
again.
here.
Yeah. So
But it was
something
fun.
like that.
That was one of the best
Fun
ones.
for the fans, you know.
It was cool. It was good.
That shit was very entertaining.
good.
It was extremely entertaining.
With the way things are, especially with social media, do you feel a way like that back in the day you had to like really put in work, and you feel like now social media
Makes it
lessens
easy.
that workload for a lot of artists?
Shit, I don't feel good. I don't want to put as much work as I used to put in. It makes it easier on me. Shit. I'm cool with it.
Yeah. And you actually made some great money. I remember you also had an office in Atlantic in the building. I used to see his name on the door, but he was never there.
But he was never there.
Yeah.
Then I feel like you got banned from the building or something.
I had I was like director of A&R for Warner Music Group. I had like one of the biggest positions. Everybody that you knew back then, the Joeys and the Todd Moskowitz, and they all worked under me at the time. I was young, I was smart, but I didn't understand the opportunity that I had at hand, and I didn't have no sound people around me that would feed me the right information. You know what I mean? So, but shouts to Kevin Lyles, this is my big dog. I was at the golf thing the other day with him.
Oh, the Malbon Golf, the 300.
Everybody was there.
Yeah. So you know how to play golf for real?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I want to
Not at
learn.
all.
Because
But
Angie Martinez be playing
she was
golf.
serious. She had
Yeah,
the whole
she
getup
don't
on.
play.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
she
how
def-
Robin is.
She definitely
Yeah.
was serious.
Robin's serious with that golf shit.
I want to learn.
I'm probably gonna
You gonna tap
try
in?
it out a couple times.
I heard you've been tapping into yoga. Let's talk about that.
No, I don't
me
do
find
no
out. You do yoga?
No, I've done yoga before.
You put
I've
your legs
done
up behind your head.
Heated yoga. What's that?
Bikram
Bikram yoga.
I love it.
yoga.
Hot yoga.
We
I've
did
done
hot yoga a few times.
Regular yoga. I was making a joke that they need to make weeded yoga.
That's a thing.
I was gonna say I've seen it.
It's
on
a thing in
Instagram.
I've
Atlanta.
actually done that.
No, yeah, that's actually a thing in Atlanta.
Edible
I
yoga.
don't want to go to Atlanta to do weeded yoga. I want to do it up there.
Do it here, but I'm just saying it is a thing. People do it.
Yeah. What about Pilates? You tried that yet?
Nah, Pilates is not. I didn't get to Pilates.
Pilates is hard. People be thinking it's nothing, but then
Pilates
when you go,
will tear your ass up.
yeah,
Facts.
but it also will like get your core right immediately. But you good with that?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I'll be watching people doing Pilates. It don't look too comforting.
What you do in the gym is clearly working for you, so you good in your lane, right?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And you got Mano working out. 'Cause he always complaining and calling himself obese.
Obese. I don't understand it. Like he wants to be a model, he said. He wants to be model size. Like I don't understand.
You know he talk about getting 360 lipo.
I think he should do it.
No, he told me because he brought a doctor up there and he's like, yo, I'm going to go.
I think he should do it.
Oh my God.
Get the lipo and then get in the gym to maintain it. And then you got to change your lifestyle too. You got to stop with the liquor and stop eating fast food.
We're not encouraging my dog to get no 360 lipo, bro. What is that?
It would be great content.
Yes. It would be great content. And I feel like
this is what wrong society now. Why?
And then he might get the ab etching.
No. Don't do the ab etching. That's going too far.
Bro, do y'all hear what y'all talking about? It's my dog right here.
We love Mano. You know we love Mano.
360 lipo.
Now look, he heard you was
crazy.
coming up here today, so he said he got to make sure he comes up next week to outdo. Because last time y'all had back-to-back viral moments.
Y'all did have back-to-back
I don't want to go
viral
viral no more.
You don't listen. After the last time you recently went viral, you don't need to go viral no time soon.
I'm tired.
Be so glad that you made it out of that airport situation with
Oh
no.
my God.
I'm tired of these.
Not only did you make it out of that situation, but you kind of fucked them up.
Oh,
Kinda.
Yeah.
Did you watch what I watched?
No, I did. I'm like,
Cause woo.
God bless they soul.
Listen, the gym's been working. Let's just say that.
I just know that was the furthest thing from my mind. I was trying to.
it looked like you was minding your business.
I was trying to avoid that. I was trying to avoid it all the way from on the plane, and I was just trying to get out the door, and that was the last escalator I had to go down before I could get outside. And then I had security, driver, everything else. There. It just didn't. I couldn't make it.
Because he kept fucking with you.
Yeah.
So what was he? He was yelling racial slurs, like.
I don't.
I mean, like it's all clear now because they said you ain't do nothing wrong.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, the conversation got a bit racy on the plane, but it was what it was. It didn't affect me any. I'm used to harsh talk, verbal. You could tell me whatever you want to tell me. I'm not to 10. I ain't got no reason to react and shit like that.
So it started on the plane.
Yeah, it started. It definitely ensued on the plane.
And they knew who you were. Did they know who you were?
The people on the plane knew who I was.
But the guy didn't, right?
The guy that got into it with,
the guy you fucked up.
He knew who I was.
He did.
He was doing a lot of heckling shit. He was
trolling. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
was he drunk or something? Like what would make somebody?
I have no idea, man. God bless that guy, man.
Well, we're glad that in this particular case, justice was served. And you didn't do nothing wrong. And you're clear, and they saw it from the video.
A few hours, we was all worried. Like, what's real?
Yeah, they had locked me up and everything, which I was trying to avoid. It didn't work. I try to smooth get out of all
Good
that.
thing for all those cameras.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, good thing for and imagine if they didn't have that footage, because you know how situations can go down.
Yeah. You would have been guilty just because you black.
Yeah.
And not just black, but a rapper.
And young, and you probably look like that. And they was
that's
like,
that's what it felt like for a minute. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what it felt like when they told me I got to get them and put them cuffs on. That felt like that. But it's cool. Everything happens for a reason.
God is good.
God is good. Everything happens for a reason. You heard? I didn't
Facts.
Get injured.
Mind your business.
I got to leave. I didn't get in trouble.
And then you went and celebrated life that night.
And I went and celebrated.
Got to get dressed for this party in Miami. We out.
Just went by. And I know during that time you knew the shit was about to go viral too.
Boy, I was like, I'm in there and I'm actually
because it's in the day and age you got to think about that.
Wow.
They like, nah, we got the footage. No, you should be good. Like, but I didn't know it was people behind me already filming that shit.
You know, this is the first thing people do.
Yeah.
So I guess
they're not gonna help
people that was on the plane that seen it was already
something brewing, and they followed the.
Yeah, and they caught their moment. They caught their moment. I hope they got some money for that moment.
But you know what? I think too, like, for Jim Jones back in the day, you did have a reputation for being a hothead.
Yeah.
You know, but now it feels like you've calmed down a lot. What are some
now.
Yeah, what are some things that you learned like along that journey? Because there are people who are just getting into it now and they react a lot to things, and that's not an easy situation to be in. You know?
I mean, at a young age, everybody tends to be a little bit rebellious and hot-headed and has a bit of a temper. So, I can't impose my will on these younger generations. I can't tell you, be a little bit smarter in the decisions and the choices you make out here, because they could come back to haunt you, as you can see what's going on right now. As I got older and had a son, with a lot of things that I chose not to do anymore.
Your son is 20 now?
21.
21. That is wild.
Yes, it is. Yes,
I can't believe that your son, because we've seen him as like
Grow up.
loving hip hop, like, you know what I'm saying? See him as a kid.
Yeah.
He is now able to go in a club
Yes.
and order a drink.
Yes.
How you feel about that?
I feel good. He's a good kid, man.
He did a good job.
He could have been so different than what he is and things like that. He knows who he is and what he has and shit like that. But like them other kids, he don't be flossing out here. He
be low key
for the Balenciagas and none of this type of shit. He just be in his own little world and do his own little thing.
That's dope.
He get to his bag and he be having his Crocs on, smooth. You know what I mean?
Did you say his Crocs?
Yeah.
He said he don't want the Balenciagas.
Right.
He's a Croc guy.
He's a simple man.
Crocs are comfortable now.
He always
Come
got
on.
some slippers on. Ugg slippers, some slippers. He's a good kid, man. He go to
Did
the
you
gym.
ever have to have the talk with him, like about women and relationships?
Yeah, I've had every talk with him coming up. I still have talks with him right now every day.
Because my parents ain't do that shit with me.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now we with a mother that I have, we very vocal in our environment about safe sex and wear condoms and being respectful to women and shit like that. I grew up in a house full of women, so naturally we know how to treat women. It's kind of in our blood and things like that.
So you be telling him make sure he go get tested. Don't be out here like.
He has one girlfriend and things like that. So they got a pretty cool relationship. You know what I mean? And he's pretty vocal with me. He's let me know if something going on with him. But for the most part, they've been locked in for a few years. So
See, and you know why he's like that? Because of you. Like you've been in this monogamous relationship for years, and when kids see that, they kind of like can imitate
Replicate
that type of behavior.
Yeah, we losing a lot of that type of behavior in today's society. We losing chivalry, losing a lot of things that men once did when it came to women. But women also play a part in a lot of that too. Is everybody got a part in what's going on in society and shit like that. You know what I mean? But I was raised a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like women are usually the backbone of the household, and like I told you, I was raised with a group of women, so naturally I was raised as a protector and things like that. So
Shout out to Mama Jones.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? So I had to protect and fight for and fend for and for a lot of women in my life and shit like that. I was built for this.
When was the first time you met his girlfriend?
In high school, I believe.
In high school? So he's been with his girl since high
Yeah,
school.
he said a few years.
Yeah.
I know, I was just saying. He's 21,
Yeah, they went to the prom and all that.
Oh,
Yeah, they got it going on.
I love that.
Did you take him to the club for his first time? Because like his daddy being Jim Jones,
I've been
like
taking him to the club since he been
Since
16.
before he was-
Since he shouldn't have been there.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Since he been
Okay.
16, and those moments he always remember in life. But he not that kid. I'll take him to the club. He won't even ask me. You're like the other day he asked me, yo, we want to go to the Chris Brown after party Sunday. I'm like, all right, we gonna run up in there and shit like that. But that was the first time you ever,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's
Because he know he go with you. It's different.
right? Exactly.
It's different. Come on, Dad. We outside. We outside.
Yeah, so he gonna do the Chris Brown.
But you know what? I'm looking at like a lot of things that are happening in the industry right now and a lot of trouble and people like you've managed to stay away from all of that. And I do think part of that is being in a, like we haven't heard no Jim Jones drama when it comes to women because you've been locked in. That's a good thing.
I've been locked in and I'm very respectful to women no matter what people may see or think and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I give everybody their respect doing things like that, but I love my woman at home. She's a great woman. She's been with me ride or die for a lot of years, through a lot of ups and downs, through mistakes, through my rights, through my wrongs and shit like that. You know what I mean? I can't ask for much more. You know what I mean?
Because we see all these guys that are now like, getting and, you know, oh, he did this and he was this way. And, you know, we see people getting canceled. We see people's whole legacies getting destroyed.
Left and right.
And I will say, if somebody says some shit about you, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Facts.
I would be like, Jim Jones, I've never heard nobody
you won't
say.
be able to say nothing like that about me
Period.
in those type of capacities in no type of room. I mean, I stand on being a stand-up man, and you know what I mean, for a lot of different things. I ain't perfect, you know what I mean. I have my flaws, a lot of them, you know what I mean. But when it comes to being a man, I pride myself on that. I don't act like none of these other individuals that we've came across in the game. I mean, I've had my share of being ignorant, and I'm still a bit
well
ignorant.
Documented.
For the most part, I've grown up a lot through the game. I've seen a lot.
Because how old were you when you first started? I mean, think about that.
Yeah, like 18, 19.
18 years old. Think about what we was doing at 18.
Was that 96, we first started getting in the game.
We was bad as hell at that age. And imagine getting money at 18 or 19 years old.
We just graduated in 94, so it was like our little spats with the street and shit like that is nothing compared to our success in the industry. We've been kids with fame and fortune since the 90s, since kids and things like that. And we've had it all, lost it all, had it all, lost it all. I've learned a lot in my travels and things like that. But I'm grateful to still be in a position where I can make lots of money out of this game and shit like that. You know what I mean? Of course, you got to figure it out when you take your dips and shit like that. You got to figure out how to reinvent yourself and jump back in. But for the most part, I wouldn't want to be nowhere else. It could be a lot worse. You know what I mean?
Right. It definitely could. And even if you think about like things that you've gone through, even with Mano, y'all didn't used to get along
at all.
And now you guys have albums and projects together.
That's my guy.
Y'all talk all the time. Ain't it crazy that miscommunication can lead to
100%? And that happens a lot. I've seen that happen a lot in my lifetime. A lot of the people that are some of my closer friends are people that I ran across on opposite sides. And then you figure out you got so much in common, and you know what I mean? How easy a conversation could
make shit work.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Now y'all get money together.
Super money. That's my dog. That's my dog. I gotta stay away from him. He's a little bit loose at times.
He be outside.
We love Mano. No Mano slander will be tolerated.
He know
my watch.
He know I can't be away. He know I gotta stay away from him.
No, I'm joking.
He's danger.
He will have you in some shit. You be like, how did this happen? He's always been like that though.
He's out of his fucking mind.
And I feel like, do they still have hip hop police?
Yeah, they do. They still.
It ain't like it used to be though, because remember the hip hop police used to be. They used to lock the block down. You couldn't even get down the block to get in the club.
They still out there.
It ain't like it used to be though.
I wouldn't say it ain't like it used to be. They still doing their intelligence. They still know who's who out there.
They know you. They be like, "What's up, street?" But they probably be cool. They be like, "What up, Jimmy?" They still pop out
for certain people. When I come outside, they always outside.
They be out there.
It's a funny thing. Like it's not. How could I say this? It was a whole different time when the rap police started. Wasn't no IG. It wasn't none of that. We were running rampant through the city in a whole different capacity, and it wasn't just us. It was a bunch of us in pockets that were getting a lot of shitload of money and having our way out here, and that formed into what they call a rap police, because they didn't like young black dudes getting money and having their way. When I did it, they had detail. I would come outside every day and they had somebody that would follow me through the duration as long as I was in New York City till I went home. I mean, to the point that if I'm outside 5, 6 in the morning, they start tapping on my car like, yo, we want to go home too, but we tired. You ain't ready to go home
yet? No, you want to stay out. You staying out all night with me.
Keep following
right.
me.
So it was a different time, but now I see them. They still do their thing. They still follow who
they want to follow.
Who they want to follow. They still on top of who they need to be on top of and things like that. But I'm not outside like I used to be. So
it feels good that they not on top of you, pause.
At all. They got no reason to be on top of me. I don't do anything anyway. I just get a couple of dollars and stay out the way. That's the main thing. That's
that grown Jim Jones.
Period.
Yeah. Grown man.
Yeah.
And even with your artists, I noticed that you've been doing things like credit repair and making sure that they're good in that way. So talk about that whole experience for yourself, because, you know, we've all been through a lot when it comes to our credit, when it comes to our finances, when it comes to even having health insurance.
This my experience of coming in the game, they don't teach you nothing. They give you the money. They don't care what you do with it.
Yeah.
And it's not their business to do so and things like that, even though rightfully they should hip a lot of us to the game as soon as they see us getting a lot of money on how we could make money on top of money and things like that. So as I got a position to start helping artists, I naturally try to help them out with life along with the music. I mean, the music is one aspect of what life is, and life probably will make you more money than just this music if you do it right. So I try to put them in position to really secure different things and just try to depend on the music. You know, music is an expensive thing, so I can help them get some credit and they can start getting credit lines. They can figure out how to start using that money to invest in their own artistry, and hopefully that'll turn over for them and things like that. Or use that money to invest in the business, or maybe get some real estate, or maybe do something that can make you some money on the side where you won't be stressing, thinking that music owes you something. You know what I mean? Like these kids don't know that music is a very hard game. It's even harder to get paid from it. You know what I mean?
You get paid how much for a stream? How much, if you had to say percentage-wise, how much of your money comes from music as opposed to other things?
I'm better at other things.
I'm better at other things. Good answer.
No, but people need to know that because you have to.
I'm incredible at music, but I'm better at every other things. The music has opened the doors for me to do all of these other things, and that's what these artists and coming up need to know. Like, this is one stepping stone. You gotta use that music to get all the ancillary benefits you can from it, so that you can further who you are as a grown man. Like they say, it's a young man's game. That was back then. It's probably gonna go forever and things like that. But you gotta be smart. Sooner or later, your light is going to dim or your fire is going to burn out. That's just how the game goes. Everybody is not promised a long career in this game. It might be short-winded. So in that short-winded time, or in that small amount of 15 minutes you got, you better get all you can out of it to prepare yourself so you can have a better life.
And you still doing shows. I know you and Ghostface are performing for.
I make a good living.
But was there ever a time that you were like, I just want to be an executive. I don't want to do music, because music is a whole nother beast. And there's a lot of people who are artists and capable of doing that and great and have done hit songs, but they like, I just kind of want to step back. Like I feel like Yo Gotti has done that. Like he's made a lot of hit songs, but he wants to more step back and be an executive, because sometimes it's like, I'd rather just help other people get to what they got to get to. Was there a time that you ever felt like I would stop this?
No, I don't know. I mean, my brain works different and shit like that. You got rulers and you got kings. Usually the kings are the ones that stay in the front with their army. The rulers are the ones that stay in the back of their army. You get that? Understand
Rulers
that?
and kings.
Rulers and kings. King is in front.
I'm just trying to tell you what you're talking about. Like, for these artists that once were outside on the front line as a king, they choose to take the emperor and ruler role and stay in the back of the army, so they ain't got to deal with it. I'm not that type of person. You know what I mean? I'm front line with the army at all times.
At all times.
We going in.
Capo.
We going in.
Charge.
And not only that, he's making a decision to reach back and grab the younger ones and be like, hey, look, I'm going to teach you when you don't really have to. You just said that music ain't your bread and butter. You're an entrepreneur. So that's where the money come from. But you still have a passion for going to get the young ones and being like, no, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
When you standing in the back of the army, you can't see what's in front of you.
Okay.
I like that.
You know? There's a lot of different things to that. I just, I'm weird at times, but you ask me something, that's pretty much how I take it. So I don't like talking about what other people do and what's their decision makings for doing the things they do. I mean, I'm in a great position. I like doing what I do, and the way I do it, I know nobody else does it. There's no other executive like me inside of this industry, period.
Well, since we're talking about kings, let's talk about queens too.
Okay.
And let's talk about your queen.
Okay.
So you and Chrissy,
Right.
Are you guys gonna do like more television? It feels like Chrissy is off of that. I like to see her pop out. I saw her birthday party. She looks amazing. But it feels like she kind of don't even really want to be doing none of that no more. She just...
I mean, she's a businesswoman. If the opportunity presents itself where it's worth it for us to do it, we definitely gonna jump back into it. Like, we have a couple of people recently been reaching out to us to do things with like me, her, and my mother and shit like that. And if those opportunities present itself and it's worth it, then y'all gonna catch us back on camera. We ain't nothing wrong with the camera.
I feel like we need to see it.
I would
How
love
do you
to.
feel, and both of you really, and even Mama Jones, how do y'all feel about Netflix putting Love and Hip Hop back on from the beginning?
I don't even have no feelings
You don't
towards love and hip hop anymore.
Ever?
I mean,
I know it was like a bad breakup for you.
I mean, it wasn't really a bad breakup. It was a conscious decision that we made to not compromise our dignity in no platform. And that's what happened. I mean, but people should be grateful that we were able to create something out of our mind. This had nothing to do with nobody else.
And that's what people don't understand is that Love and Hip Hop was
wholeheartedly.
you. That was what you and Chrissy
so
created.
Many families and so many artists and so many people got money off of my back, and nobody has ever reached back and just to say, give me a high five, like, yo, bro, I appreciate that. Because none of you niggas would have got $1 in reality TV if I didn't do that.
And literally, like, you did that.
Literally, I did that. They didn't call me in for that. I did that.
Yeah.
I made the call.
You made that happen.
I want to do the show. Here's the name of the show. This is what I want to do. This is the premise of the show. This is how we rock it. This is what I want to do. You heard?
And then they went from New York, Atlanta, LA,
to
Hollywood.
Zimbabwe, to the UK.
Everybody gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
So I'm not mad. I did something that can't be taken from me. You heard?
Yeah.
You dig? No matter who got the money from it and all that, at the end of the day, they can't say they created that.
Yeah, you did.
You heard? No matter how many accolades they get in their heart, it's not theirs. You heard? It's mine. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I remember when that first happened, because the show was originally about you, right? And then it turned into a cast of people. They were like, Jim,
the show wasn't even originally about me. The show was originally about Chrissy.
Right.
And women dealing with artists that were in the industry, and how does it feel to be that type of woman that have to deal with so much. And that came with a lot of me, because I was the
You were
anchor to the whole
rapper.
thing, you know what I mean? But it really was about her. She had lost the opportunity to do a show. I'm like, shit, people been calling me all the time. I'll call us do that VH1 and see if they want to do it. And I called them like, yo, and they were like, yeah, we want to do it. Come down. And that was that.
And that's how it happened.
That was that.
But it was your idea to have a cast instead.
Everything. It was my idea to tell her, yo, call Emily, see if Emily want to be a part of it. It was all of them people I handpicked and things like that. You know, even say and Mona did nothing wrong. You heard? Morally, we could talk about that another time, but she came in at a position of management when Yandy had to go do something else, and we were in the office, and she knowing what I created and seeing everything that's going on business-wise, and her knowing I was so hot-headed and so moving so fast at the time, she didn't hit me the game like, you need to sit down and really take control and put everything in your name for what you've created and shit like that. And instead, she turned around and took that power upon herself to put everything in her name.
Wow.
Woo. Well, I don't know if that's not doing nothing wrong. But
I mean,
business is business.
But I don't really care about it. You heard? Like I told you, everybody gonna live what they gotta live with. I'm cool with it. I'm just telling y'all how people got in power and shit like that. And yeah, I had the opportunity to gain the power I wanted, but at that time it wasn't worth it for our peace and our dignity. Like it didn't feel good to us. You know what I mean? So that was a conscious decision me and Chrissy made, and we had a slew of shows after that all went #1 on the network.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Because of conflict of interest, more like Love and Hip Hop was hating because they knew that we probably would start something that
a whole nother level.
Died them totally down. So every time we had a show, we made it #1, had the most ratings, and then next season we couldn't get a re-up.
Wow.
Show you how this shit is rigged.
Well, listen, I want to say this. What I love about the dynamic that Chrissy brings to the relationship is that it really, and don't be offended by this, it really feel like she the boss.
She is.
In the relationship.
He said she is.
But I like that. Like
She
as a
definitely
woman,
is.
because it feels like nobody's really Jim Jones's boss but Chrissy.
She definitely
And that's
is.
what I feel like an ideal relationship should be like.
And that's what I love about her, because she was strong enough to be able to deal with who I am and not take no nonsense and not let me run over her and do what I would do to all the other females that I've came across in my time and shit like that, you know what I mean? So she not standing for nothing, she not jacking nothing. If I'm out of pocket, she gonna put me in line, you know what I mean?
Right.
But she a family woman. She been there in my worst of times, and she always been there to lift me up. And I don't know how she did it so many times and things like that. So, you know, it's my ace in the hole.
You know what, too? I think sometimes guys don't understand, like, as much as we're always supporting them and what they have to do, sometimes it's hard for them to see that they have to help us, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of times we end up giving so much and being like, you got this, you do. But a lot of times it takes a long time for a man to see what they need to do for us.
I mean, we could argue that back and forth because men like myself that do so much,
right,
can argue the same thing. I mean, we be at this shit all night.
But I also think our needs be different too, like the things you guys need.
100%.
Because women are supposed to be nurturers, and I think sometimes a lot of that is expected.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, a lot of that is expected, especially for a man that works hard and things like that. So certain things that are expected when you get home, certain things that you do expect a woman to do, but that's not mean that she has to do it. You know what I mean? So every relationship has its different way as it runs. I mean, hopefully everybody can meet each other in the middle and
figure their shit out
and get half of their needs. You know what I mean?
get half of their needs.
At least half of it, because if she get 50 and you get 50, then that's 100. You heard?
Because y'all really grew up together.
I mean, yes, we did. From youngsters, the past 20 years, we definitely grew up together.
That's a lot. Like, because you know what? In relationships, people have said they think that, like, if you get married, you should go back in every 3, like a license, like when you get your driver's license.
And do a renewal.
I've heard people say you should do like a re-up to reevaluate what your relationship is and see if you like it. Because some people think things shouldn't last forever. But I feel like I could be with the same person.
If you got to reevaluate your relationship every 3 years, then you don't have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you're in a marriage and you feel like every 3 years you got to reevaluate if you should get your marriage license renewed or what are we doing, then I don't think that's a wholesome marriage to be in if you got to think about those type of aspects.
Some people don't believe in monogamy. Some people don't think that you're supposed to be with one person.
A lot of people feel like monogamy isn't natural.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what hookup culture is.
And in relationship, everybody's relationship is different and shit like that. You heard? Like, it just works like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I was going to say, I believe that I could be with somebody for the rest of my life. But I also feel like timing is a big thing.
Timing is a big thing, you heard? And a relationship takes a big commitment, a lot of heart, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of broken heart nights. Like, it's a lot to go with a relationship. That shit ain't easy at all. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to fight for your relationship.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. You know what I mean? When you find yourself going through withdrawals, like, oh shit, what shit? I ain't speak to. Like, it's worth it. Like, you know what I mean? If you with the person you want to be with, you're gonna figure it out.
You're gonna make it work.
Or I don't care what you say. It's just like they say about time. You're gonna make time for what you want.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes like my man would be like, I like to miss you. Like, I don't.
Oh, Angela.
What? It's so cute. He does.
That's
He's
romantic.
Like, I like to miss you. But even though we don't like to be apart, it's kind of like, it's nice sometimes to miss each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes you take it for granted, and then it's nice to be like, where's she at? You know, like
100%.
Where is my man at?
100%.
And then you also get to a point in your relationship where it's also not about sex, where you could just cuddle, and be in the bed and be okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's life. You know what I mean? Like, shit, if you connected with that person like that, it ain't. I mean. We're going to get to that, though. You know?
It's going to like, not me.
We ain't got to do it, but we going to do it.
Definitely get to that. You know? But, yeah, we'll give you a cool out moment.
Who's more likely to say not tonight?
She is.
He's like, I'm never not saying
I'm on it.
He's like, I work out every day and I'm always ready.
I'm on it. I need it.
That's how it make you go to bed and sleep better.
Definitely. Definitely the knockout.
Definitely the knockout?
The knockout.
Definitely the knockout.
Koiya, what's the longest you've gone being celibate?
3 years, 4 months.
And counting? Or this was in the past?
Right
No, you're celibate now.
So you're celibate or you're abstaining?
She's celibate. 3 years and 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How does that work for you?
Hella questions.
It works.
It's good.
I mean, I think like maybe after the first 8 to 9 months, then it's like, oh, okay, I can do this. Like, I couldn't watch sex scenes in movies for a while, but now I'm at the point where I'm
you
like,
couldn't watch.
okay.
It's like when you
So are you
fasting.
scared it won't work anymore if you take too long?
No.
It's like a bike.
It's a muscle.
You always know how.
Yeah, that part.
It's a muscle.
Okay.
So what?
I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to go.
Okay, yeah.
What is gonna what would make you break your celibacy?
That's a good
or is there a period of time, or is it the right person, or
The
is
right
it marriage?
person
The
for
right person.
sure. Marriage too, I like that.
Okay, marriage.
But no, for sure, the right person for sure.
Are you dating?
I am not.
So
that makes it easier.
So you wait
obviously.
this long, 3 months and 3
years and 4 months,
and you meet the right person, and that shit is weak. What happens?
I mean, it's weak.
Yeah.
But I feel, okay, in my opinion, too, I feel like you
that's something to think about. Like, God damn, like, you don't want to just come out to a bad batch. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I waited all this time for this.
I feel like if you like somebody, it's better.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like,
that's true.
The more
That's
you like someone,
absolutely true.
you gonna put up with if it's trash.
That's
you know?
absolutely true.
I mean, okay.
That's absolutely true.
Oh, what if you
Just
date a guy
so
and
not.
he's like, I'm not ready?
I like that. I would say okay.
That's
And we
dope.
gonna still wait.
That's dope.
I would
dope.
love to meet a man like that, by the way. I just have never encountered one like that.
What if he was a virgin?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. Question mark.
That's kind of scary in today's society. Like, yo, you still a virgin? Like, yo, what's up, Jack?
But what
Like,
if he was
like,
waiting
what's
for a
up?
marriage?
I mean, some people could still
We see
be
boy
with
girl virgin.
If you meet a virgin that's waiting for marriage,
Would I wait with him?
yes.
Yeah,
That's
dope.
special.
I would.
That's romantic.
I would wait with him.
Y'all so romantic
That's
today.
dope.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Valentine's Day?
Now, Koiya, what made you decide to be celibate? Like, what did something happen? Were you?
Well, you know, I work in the field of HIV and AIDS.
Oh, yes,
you know,
she
I'm
does.
a tester and counselor. And when I started taking classes, I just started learning a lot. Like
Yeah.
right now, there's a new
Scared.
strand of an STD
So
out there that's
you scared yourself straight, pretty much.
Yeah,
In a way.
I think it was a combination of a bunch of things. You know, like I already was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from just like men and dating. And then it kind of like naturally
mental?
happened. And then when I looked up, it was like 9 months, 10 months. And I was like, all right,
could
let's
keep
keep
going.
going. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see how long we can.
It's a
we can do
marathon.
this. Yeah,
Girl.
why not?
I commend you because I can't. I go 4
can.
days and got to touch this pussy.
Oh, my
Lord. I can't go 3 years, 4 months.
So, can you watch porn?
Whew.
I mean, like I said, at one point I couldn't watch sex scenes, so now I can. So I would assume, yeah, I can watch porn.
You ought to, but you haven't tried.
I haven't
You haven't
had
tried.
a reason
Yeah.
to yet.
What
so.
about wet dreams?
No wet dreams yet? No.
Don't look like that, Jim. You've had wet dreams before when you were.
When I was, yeah. I mean, I'm
But
just,
only when you were younger?
yeah, like, yeah. Like, why would I have a wet dream right now?
Why wouldn't you? You can
Yeah.
be grown and have a wet dream, right?
I don't know. I mean, ain't that the reason?
You
that
can have an
get some
orgasm
ass?
in your
Like,
sleep?
Like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't. I'm waiting for it. Then.
Do you have dreams?
Yeah, I have plenty
Everybody
of dreams.
Listen, I don't remember none of my dreams.
Never,
I never
ever?
wake up
You never wake up
It's
like,
very,
oh shit,
very
this happened in my
rare.
dream.
that I remember a dream that I have.
I dream
It's
a lot.
so
Do you
rare.
know you was dreaming though?
They say that we all do, but I barely ever remember my dreams. Like it might be like once every 6 months. I'll be like, oh, I just had a dream.
Wow.
But maybe I don't sleep long enough because you got to get into
I'll
that.
be waking up out of dreams like, wait a minute. The fuck?
Where's he at?
What just happened?
Shit like that.
What, do you ever have like recurring dreams? Because the one that I used to have was that my teeth fall out.
Always have that dream.
Yeah,
I
and then
have
you wake up and you feel like your
the
teeth are
falling
loose.
dream. Like
Oh,
I'm
and
falling
then you
from
hit
the
the floor?
sky or
Yeah.
something, but I never hit the floor. I wake up first. I have that dream.
That all
Not
means
a lot,
that
but
all means something.
I've had that dream multiple
Yeah, I'm
times.
talking spooky talk now.
What kind of dreams? So what kind of dreams do you have? Since you
I
said
have wild dreams, like regular dreams. I have dreams.
like
Shit.
what?
Like weird
what
shit
be
happens in
happening?
dreams, right?
Yeah, weird shit. Like
Yeah,
you're on
stuff
top of the
that could never
Empire State
happen.
Building. He
Right.
came downstairs, then it was the precinct,
Yes.
and your moms came and got
Yes.
you, then all of a sudden it was a
Yeah.
bunch of niggas outside, like you be dreaming.
Yeah, yeah.
You heard?
I never had that dream.
I'll have times where, like, in the middle of the day, I'll remember my dream and call one of my friends, like, "Oh my god, guess what I dreamt about last night?" That happens to me a lot.
Shit like
and it'd be
that.
crazy shit.
It'd be
Or
ran-
I'll
it'd
call
be
the person
random
that I
shit.
dreamt about, like, "Yo, you was in my dream and we was."
But it's all relative. Like when you going through it, you like it's people in it that you know. Like nigga,
Yep.
you was just you
Yep.
like it's.
yeah, family
That's so crazy
members.
because I really don't be remembering none of my dreams, and I want to so badly.
I want to so bad.
I do because
We gonna get you some dream counseling so you can
Don't
remember.
worry.
We gonna find
he
somebody
said
to
I
help
woke up,
you.
I was in the precinct, I was on top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah,
No,
it's
weird
just a
shit.
dream. Weird shit
Dreams be
happening.
weird as fuck.
But anyway, my point is, you could still have a wet dream because you're dreaming about all of those things that seem real, and you definitely.
And would that break your celibacy? It's the true question.
If you
If
nut in
I
your
were to
sleep.
have
If
a
you had a
wet
wet
dream.
dream and you nutted on yourself in real life,
In real life, is
would
it
that-
over?
Is it over?
I mean, I feel like I already had the experience in my dream, so why I need it in real life? It happened.
But then, is that mean your
But
celibacy
you said you're
is over?
celibate,
Oh, it's my
so
celibacy
yeah, that's
over.
what I'm trying to say.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
a
you,
good
like you was,
question.
Right.
you was doing something
woke
in
up
your
like,
dream
You fucking your dream,
question.
that
girl.
wasn't following the
You
rules
was
of
throwing
being
that thing
celibate.
back.
But technically, I was not awake, so doesn't
So
it?
no, all right.
So okay, So you said Chrissy's more likely to tell you no.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been a time that Jim Jones says no?
Yes.
And what would that reason be?
You tired?
No.
You have an attitude? I knew it.
After an argument?
What could make you have so much of an attitude that you don't want to have sex?
No.
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta stand on
Sometimes
business.
on
You
something.
gotta get your word up. Like what?
Fuck that. I'm good.
You think
Yeah.
I'm going to just...
Yeah, I'm not that easy. And be mad as
funny.
shit, you heard?
You be mad because you be really wanting it, but you gotta stand.
Right.
You gotta stand 10
I
toes
stand my
down.
ground.
Period.
Do you have rules like we don't go to bed mad at each other? You know how people be having them relationship rules?
Yeah, like that's pretty much like, you know what I mean? Like
We
we
gonna talk
definitely
about it.
try not to go to bed mad at each other and shit like that. You know what I mean? Always some type of form of physical contact when you're in the bed. So that kind of lets you know that you're on the same terms. Whether it's a foot touch part, whether it's a foot touching, whether it's an arm touching, or you know what I mean? Like so.
You know, we'd be mad too. We'd be like,
Right.
touching my foot like we supposed to be cool after this bullshit.
This is not an apology. I need an apology, not a foot tap.
Go have your wet dreams.
That's so funny.
Now you know in a relationship.
funny.
In a relationship, you can have sex and then he still get up like I'm still mad at you. Don't think that it's over. Like
think
yo,
it's done.
Don't
like,
think that we still ain't beefing just 'cause we busted
it's
nut,
still
nigga.
lit. Yeah.
Has she ever been mad at you because you nutted too fast and she wasn't done?
No, I don't. Nah,
Because you will get an attitude for something like that.
nah,
Like, word, that's it.
Nah.
Word, that's it. It's hilarious.
I think we good on that. Not saying that I'm like Superman, but I mean, you good.
I handle
You in a
business.
relationship, so you,
You
got
know each
another.
other- you
You
know
got
each
another
other.
chance tomorrow. At least you
You wanna
heard.
do it
Like,
again.
she knows it can
Some
go. She
hours.
knows the performance is
She know
top
what's
notch. So you
happening.
know what I mean. Like you get
Play
another
us fuck
try.
up, too.
I mean, you get to tighten up.
And the worst is when you go take a shower and then you come back and he's asleep already.
But
Yeah.
sometimes, usually the other way around. But sometimes niggas trying to get their shit off real quick too. So it was like, yo, I got
It's usually the other way
shit.
around.
She gonna be mad at me right now.
But I'm tired. I gotta go. I got things. All right, now who's gonna be the person to get up and make a sandwich?
Shit, this niggas is dead after that 9 times out of 10. Maybe get up and get the baby wipes is about it.
Yeah, baby wipes.
That
Here you
baby
go.
wipes.
Get the towel.
Yeah, for me, rather, you know.
How do you think things have changed from like 20 years ago to today? Do you think that you could go like 2 or 3 times then and now only once? Or like, you know how, or is it still the same?
Nah, we rocking. You talking about like, nah, we rocking. I'm a grown ass man. I got a lot of energy.
And he work out a lot, so I'm assuming he has that
Yeah,
stamina.
I got a lot of stamina.
That's what he's like. That's what I work out for. You see me doing my push-ups?
Yeah, shit. I be trying to stay intact. You better stay intact, bro. I don't know what you got going on at your house, but you better overperform at home.
You better do it.
You heard? You got to do it. I'm telling you that. If you don't overperform at home, it could go south for you. And you know what I mean? So make sure that you at home above all, boy. You better jump off the ceiling, do what you need to do.
Jump off the ceiling.
And think about this, like 20 years ago with the music, with the relationship, like your whole life kind of took a turn. This is a good time for you, celebrating like 20 years of your first album.
Yes,
20,
definitely.
Over 20 years of a relationship.
20 years of my first album is crazy. 20 years of a relationship is crazy. It's
Your
a good
child
thing, though.
being 21 right now.
I know.
It's
This
a
is like a magical time.
It's a good thing. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, to still be here 20 years making money, nobody got to worry about nothing. Everybody, you know what I mean, like shit. I'm not complaining. I'm blessed. I mean, I'm at a good place in life and shit like that. I'm happy to be able to say I've been in this game as a solo artist for 20 years. I've known plenty, hundreds, maybe thousands of artists that
Came and went.
during the duration of
So
my time.
promising, and it
while
didn't
I'm
work
still
out.
here. Yes, I'm talking about niggas that went diamond. You know what I mean? Like some of your biggest of your biggest.
And now where are they?
Yeah, they out of here right now. Not to say it like that, but that's how the game goes.
Now, listen, before you got here, we were talking about a topic, all right? And this topic was about accidents, sex mishaps in the bedroom.
That lady got a butt plug stuck up in her butt.
Now, this woman,
for 2
Alicia
days.
Davis, she's an Australian porn star, and she ended up in the hospital, and they actually had to do surgery to try to remove the plug from
they got
inside
it
of
out.
her. Yeah, and they did get it out. They said it should only take 5 minutes, but the hospital ended up being so busy, she couldn't have the surgery right away, and it was 2 days that she was in the hospital, and she put this all on TikTok.
Wow.
Have you ever had an injury from sex? You had to have at some point.
An injury? Yeah, you always catch an injury during sex. You might
Little Charlie horse.
fall off the bed, hurt your shoulder, Charlie horse, all type of shit.
I don't know if a Charlie horse counts as an injury.
Shit.
I mean, the right amount of pain at that time can really cripple you.
You can't get that thrust proper. That
for
might
a few seconds.
And then you try to work through it.
That shit might cripple you.
Yeah, for a few seconds.
Might hurt your performance.
You got to try to work through the Charlie horse too and not say nothing at first. Because
right.
you
trying to stay
right
focused. It's a lot going on at that moment in time.
Have I ever had one?
Yeah.
I'm sure I have. I actually one time, I think I had a tampon in and I didn't realize, I think I was drunk. And I actually ended up going to the doctor because I was like, where's my tampon? But I must have took it out while I was drunk and forgot. And I went to the doctor for real, the emergency room, and they were like, there's nothing
in there.
So that happened to me with a condom, but it was in me for 5 days. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So,
I would be celibate too.
You probably went to the bathroom. So how did you find out? You went to the bathroom and it came out?
No, I went to my gynecologist and he had to take it out.
So you knew it was in there?
So when we were having sex, afterwards, I thought he slipped it off. So I actually went off on him and I got upset. And I was looking, I did what she did. I was looking through the sheets and I was looking through the bed.
I had a mirror. I had everything.
And then I was like, in my mind,
trying to find the tampon.
Oh, wait, I did do that. I had the mirror too.
You had a mirror looking for the condom?
But in my mind, I just chalked it up to he took it off. Yeah. And I was really upset about it. And then maybe 2 days later, I was like, what's going on? Then I kind of ignored it. And then by the third or fourth day, I was like,
something
nah,
right.
I made an appointment. And he was like, oh.
There's a condom.
And he pulled it out and I was like, I feel so bad. I cussed this man out.
Did you apologize?
I did apologize.
And how did
I
he take the apology?
He took it because we were,
y'all was together.
Yeah.
Y'all were together.
He was like, I'm on my way over. Don't worry about nothing.
All right, we good.
What about you, G?
A sex injury?
I know you have.
I don't think I've had a sex injury. I mean,
You
my
killed
ass
someone
was hurting one time because the dick was too big, but
I remember when I was young. I used to get the knee burns on the rugs when I was a teenager.
Well, yeah. I've had a little rug burn.
Trying to be adventurous.
Yeah, I've had a little rug burn.
You had to get it when you was younger.
You go in the shower.
Neosporin.
And I haven't had a condom or a tampon lost, anything like that, but I have snatched a few condoms off.
No, that's wow.
You said snatch them off?
Like my pussy snatched the condom off.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
No, I'm not snatching it off on purpose. But there's a few times in my life where he oh shit, the condom, and had to pull it out.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's not an injury.
It's not an injury, but that's as close as I can get to losing it.
Injury. Rug burns.
I definitely had rug burns.
It's a heavy injury when you get in the shower.
If you don't realize until you get in the shower and that shit burns.
Hot water.
That happened to me recently. Do I still got the scar?
That's crazy.
Nah, that happened to me recently. On
Look
this
at her,
knee.
she still got a scar.
On this knee, it happened to me recently.
What about somebody going up and coming down too hard and bending your you never had that happen?
Sounds painful.
I have had that happen before.
Yeah.
It's not a great feeling. That's not a great feeling. There's a few things having sex that's not a great feeling. Sometimes slim girls, when I was younger, they used the
bone.
It just be
the bone.
It just wasn't right. It just be hurting the whole. It just So.
Not for nothing. The dick coming out by accident and going back in the wrong way, that hurts us too.
Yeah, because that air gets trapped inside of you too. That does.
That hurts us too.
And you'd be like, there's air inside of us.
That wrong, movement. Yeah.
What about nipple play? Do you like that?
Well, on my nipples, I mean, it's cool. Foreplay is good.
Okay.
Foreplay is good. I like to be kissed on.
Oh, there you go. See, he's a lover.
I like to be kissed on.
Well,
He's a Cancer. Cancer men can tend to be a little sensitive, even though they hard on the outside. They got that crab shell, but they tend to be a little sensitive and loving.
Is that true?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
He was raised by and around women his whole life, so you know.
But I love that. I think that set the foundation too for you, because something you said earlier really stuck out. You said, I was taught women were the backbone. And I feel like a lot of men don't have
understand that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that was because of his upbringing, being around women. And I think
firsthand.
that is the true testament to your relationship, because you grew up like that,
Yeah. I mean, I hope people understand what I'm saying and things like that.
We get it.
Everybody should want to date a man who's really close with his mom.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
Or any women in his family.
No, I think that's important to see a guy that respects his mother.
It could be tricky.
Well, okay.
It gets
I mean,
tricky.
I want to
seen.
It gets interesting.
We've seen it get interesting, so I can imagine what we haven't seen. Okay.
Well, things have
Shout out to
improved.
Mama
Things
Jones.
have improved, so we love that.
We on the other side, like
And that's a great thing, but it was definitely a journey.
yes, definitely.
But I do like guys who respect their moms. Like, I think you could tell a lot about a guy by how he treats the women in his life, particularly his mom. Like, I love guys that are always like, I love my mom.
I mean, a lot of us grew up with our moms, and that was all we had. We didn't have the luxury of having both parents at one time. So the mother above all is somebody that we cherish, and as we get older, somebody we want to protect. And the bond is, you can't break that at all, and things like that. Like, I'm a mom's only son, and I'm an older son, so you could imagine the type of bond we've always had. Like, you know what I mean? It was like we were a partnership coming up, you know what I mean? Like, it was just me and her and shit like that. That was my road dog, along with my mother and shit like that. You know what I mean? So and
Don't
there's
say
a lot
nothing
of kids,
crazy this episode.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of kids out there that have the same relationship, like a very tight bond with their moms and shit like that, due to the fact they didn't have no father to grow up with and things like that.
And Father's Day is, while we're taping this, coming up. So
yes,
you have
Father's Day.
expectations.
Did you see my post?
Yes, I did.
Happy Father's Day.
You see my post?
You wanted some me?
I want a me some.
A me some.
You heard? Asking for a me some.
Now, what's a me some?
I give me some head, buy me some Louis, give me some breakfast in bed, buy me some sneakers.
I love that.
Buy me some cologne. I just want to meet some for Father's Day.
You
heard?
deserve it. I'm sure you're going to get everything you wish for and more. You deserve it.
I will. I usually do.
He feels good about it.
Yeah, I'm confident they're going to take care of me. They're going to take
every
me
day
up.
is Father's Day for you. You good?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
All right, well, Jimmy, is there anything that we missed that you want to make sure that we touch on? I know the single is out right now, and we're getting ready for the summer to turn.
The video about to drop.
It's
supposed to drop tomorrow, so hopefully you'll get a glimpse of
Where'd
that.
you shoot it?
We shot it in Miami for like 3 days. We partied for like 3 days.
We fucking love Miami.
Yeah, that song is a party song. It's a summer hot party vibe. As soon as I turned it on, I was like, okay, like in the car.
You was too turned.
Yes, absolutely. It's a fun song. I like it.
I needed a fun record.
Yeah,
I need to get
you
back
definitely
outside.
got that. It's a summer banger. So I can't wait to see the video because I know y'all was in Miami to turn.
Yes, we definitely had a good time in Miami.
I've definitely seen Chrissy in Miami too.
Yes, we live in Miami, so
yeah, she be having her girls trips and everything too. And you need that, ladies. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
You need that time with your.
Please
Go. You need that time with your homegirls.
Please. Right.
And don't be the one girl bringing your man on the girls
Yes. Please don't.
Don't be that one bringing your man on the girls trip. Everybody else, and you like, oh, here he come.
Nah, I don't want to be him. No. I used to be him. I'm going everywhere. Where y'all at? I'll pull it up right there.
Where you at? Oh man, here he come again.
Don't pull up unless you right there.
They used to call me the fun police. I had to
but I know you came and paid the whole bill for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
All right, well then he can come.
Yeah. The fun police.
Yeah,
tell my man to pull up.
That was my nickname, the fun police.
Damn.
I grew out of that though.
Good for you. Good for you.
I grew out of that. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, Jim Jones, thank you so much. We're glad that you made this.
Thank you for having me.
Return.
Thank you all for.
We appreciate
we not going viral.
I don't know.
I think you might go viral in a positive way.
I love positivity.
Yeah,
of course.
I think you're gonna have a positive viral.
Well, Mano will be here at some point, and he's gonna say something great.
Definitely gonna get everything out of Mano that you need to go super
Mano
viral.
is definitely due for a visit. I feel like he's been here a while.
He said after Jim comes, he's coming.
When he get here, you make sure you make sure you tell him that I told y'all that Harlem, of everybody knows, but Harlem is way flyer than Brooklyn.
I can't co-sign that at all, period.
For real.
I cannot co-sign that.
We are definitely flyer than Brooklyn. And
the whole thing is you're not even a borough.
And Bed-Stuy is the Harlem of Brooklyn. That's what they call it. So make sure you let them know these things.
I've never heard nobody call it that.
Yeah, you sound like Mano.
I have never heard that.
You turning into Mano over here.
But
like you just said, I can't.
You know what's crazy?
Mano, this is crazy. She turned into you.
Both of y'all live in Jersey.
Show. Like both of y'all live in Jersey.
Hold on. Both of y'all live in Jersey.
Crazy.
And both of y'all have lived in Jersey longer than you've ever lived in Harlem or Brooklyn. Everybody relax.
This is crazy.
This
is slander. What is going on?
Everybody relax, okay?
This is wild.
Don't you live in Miami? All right, let's keep it moving.
in New Miami.
Man,
Okay, everybody calm down.
I don't know what just happened, man.
New Miami, Jersey.
But you have an ally on your side.
Harlem
this
is just
crazy.
a few blocks.
I just felt like
Brooklyn
Maine
is a
was
whole
here. Your
borough.
answer is crazy. This is crazy. Are you Maine? Did you
No,
feel
but
like
it's
this?
true. Harlem used to be
Where
lit.
are you from?
Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy.
No, I'm from Flatbush.
Oh, sorry.
To be clear, I live in Bed-Stuy. And I live in Bed-Stuy longer than Mano has ever lived in Bed-Stuy. Just to be clear. But
I don't know. But, friend, I agree with you that Harlem is...
There we go.
Gigi.
I'm sorry, Angela,
There we go. This is when the truth
Harlem,
come out.
Harlem niggas versus Brooklyn niggas that I know, and I don't like saying that word, but I would have to give it to Harlem. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
How
Just
you feel
speaking
about
from my
You
experience.
from Brooklyn?
No.
Where you from?
Florida.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know. You
Ain't you from Florida
don't even
now,
talk.
too?
Yeah, shit. Cause by default she like dreadlock niggas and they all in Brooklyn. You heard?
dang.
She from Florida. They want to shake their dreads. I
They
know
wanna
you.
shake
She
their
they in Brooklyn. You heard? Like
I don't
stop.
even know what
Brooklyn.
they have in Harlem. I'm trying to think.
As far as what?
Like, what is Harlem known for?
Everything.
He said they flyer.
Whoa, you
that was
crazy?
the question.
What is
that was
Harlem
the
known
statement.
for?
I'm
It's
just trying to
Harlem.
Say something. Fashion. That's us.
Did y'all have y'all had a bowling alley for a second, right? But it went away real fast. I remember that.
Harlem is the only place you could come to in the
But
summertime.
you know what? No, should
Harlem
I-
is the only place you could come to in the summertime and have the time of your life. You can't go to no other borough and do it like
I
you
don't know.
do
We
in
got
tell
Harlem.
y'all.
Barclays. We got Coney Island.
That's your problem.
That's your
You're talking about the Barclays and Coney Island when we doing crab legs, when we doing champagne, when we got the DJ outside. There's hundreds of people outside. We just cooling, nothing going on. Like
That doesn't
that's
sound
the
fun to
problem.
me.
All I know is when I lived in
Barclays
Philly, when
was
I
fun
was
about
younger in my
Barclays.
20s, and I lived in
That
Philly,
doesn't sound
and I would
See?
drive to New York. I
See, you
would
never
go
even
to
from
Brooklyn
Brooklyn.
or
Where you from?
Harlem, and we had a
Where
great
you
time.
from?
100 people outside.
Where you from? Originally?
I'm from Flatbush.
Originally?
Yes.
Yeah, you must
And
have
me and
grew
Jim
up
Jones is
different.
both from Montserrat.
Yes. My
And
family is
Q-Tip.
definitely from Montserrat. I got a bunch of land in Montserrat. I don't even know what the fuck to do with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it where the volcano is or no?
Nah, it's all spread out throughout Montserrat.
All
Some
right. Well,
people-
look, me and Q-Tip are going. Maybe you want to come on that trip with us.
Where you going?
We're putting it together now because he's talking about doing some things there. So
Yeah, y'all need to figure that out.
there's not a lot of us.
Well, shit, tell him I got some land he could buy.
Some land he could buy.
He want to do something there. I got all the land in the world.
That's funny.
Nah, but
All right, but no,
Montserrat,
honestly, thank you
Aruba,
so much. And look, all love to Harlem.
Yes.
But you know, it's all about Brooklyn. So
This
you
is
know how we
crazy.
do it.
I'm not-
Brooklyn,
see,
we
I'm
go
gonna let
hard.
you get this because you're a female. But
Yeah.
if Mano was here, we might have knocked almost all over about this argument right here.
Goodbye.
Here, you want some of these? Because you know you
Yeah,
are
I'll
what you
take a
eat.
cup. Oh no.
Not the nerds.
She set you up with that one.
We've been fucking the nerds up all day, so don't cry.
All day.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us. Thank you, Jim Jones. All right. It's lip service.
Cheer.